Okay, so here's the thing. You need a truck. It's coronavirus, it's the COVID-19, it's a global pandemic. The world is going crazy. Nobody's working. People are working from home. People are losing money. People are freaking out. People are sick. It's absolute craziness. But you need a truck. You need a truck. Maybe you want something different. Maybe you need a truck to work on a lot of stuff and help you haul stuff around. Maybe you're moving. You want a truck because they're better than cars. Maybe you want a truck because you're starting your own business and you need a work truck. These are the best trucks that you can buy for every price range, because some people don't want to buy new trucks. I've been there, done that. I would never do it again, even if I was a millionaire, and I'll tell you why. New trucks, along with any new vehicles, unless you can somehow squeeze the business expense side of things and make it worth it for maybe a business, I'm talking about personal trucks here, it is just not worth it. I think newer trucks, for one, aren't as good as older ones, and second, anyone that buys a new vehicle, it is not financially smart in most cases. It loses a quarter of its value as soon as you pull it off the lot. So it's just generally not a good idea. But used trucks, more than ever, are getting very, very popular again. And especially with this pandemic, nobody wants to go out and buy a new car. And people are looking elsewhere. They're looking for the used market. Some people looking for slightly new, some people looking for older than that. So I'm going to cover the best ones in every bracket. Okay, so first up is probably the $5,000 mark and unders. These are your really cheap, very accessible trucks for a lot of people. You know, your $2,000 or $3,000 cash, paid for and done trucks. And the only one I would really recommend that is just like almost a guarantee, the definition of a good old rusty but trusty truck, look for the GMT 400 or 88 to 98 GM trucks. Get yourself like a 95 Chevy K1500. That's what I have. I actually have two of them. One Chevy K1500 pickup truck and the other a Chevy Suburban. Both 95s, both were $2,000 for me to purchase and have been extremely reliable, very dependable. They're fun to drive. They're just great work trucks, and they tow good. They are good in the snow. They're good in the dirt. What more can you ask for? Okay, so now getting up to around the $10,000 range, in that range, okay? So 9, 12, somewhere around this. This you get to play around a little bit. That for the $10,000 range, I would get a very, good shape GMT 800 GM truck. So maybe like a 2005, Chevy truck. The heavy duties are very, very good. The 6-liter V8 is awesome. The 4L80 is indestructible transmission. These are great trucks. So anything from Chevy and GMC in this range, the cat eye Chevys they call them, these are excellent trucks. Even the half tons are good too. The 5.3 is generally a good motor. The 4.8 is a decent motor, and the 4L60 is an okay trans. It's very good for some people, but if it does break, it's very cheap to replace though. So again, these are great trucks. Yes, you can find them cheaper than this, but if you're going to spend $10,000, you can get a really nice one with low miles, and then you are insured. You have a very good truck, and it will be reliable, especially with lower mileage. Also in this range, I'm going to throw in my opinion, the 2004 to 2008 era Dodge Rams. Some people love Dodges, other people hate them for some reason. I have known too many people that have this era Dodge Rams that have had excellent luck. I know a lot of companies that use these as work trucks, excellent luck. These things are great trucks, especially if you get the Hemi. The 4.7 has been great to some people. Other people it hasn't been. I would stick to the 5.7 liter Hemi. The automatics are very reliable from this era. And these are great trucks. They look good. They hold up good. Of course, they rust out. So if you're in the Rust Belt, watch out for that. But if you live out west or maybe down south, you will have better luck with this. These are excellent trucks, and they're very powerful, and they have good towing numbers. So pay attention to these trucks. For $10,000, you can get a really nice one that doesn't have rust and has low miles, and you're going to be in good shape. Okay, and then we jump up to the $20,000 range. $20,000 can get you a very, very nice used truck. This can honestly be a spectrum of things, but I would try and get a diesel if you want. If you need a work truck or something to tow, definitely get yourself a diesel for around, the 17 to like $23,000 range. I would stick to, believe it or not, a Ford 7.3. Even though they might be older, these are very solid trucks, and you could find a nice one with lower miles, and that's going to be just a workhorse. The Ford 7.3 Power Stroke was an excellent truck, and they are very, very reliable, very tough. Same goes for GM. You can get a Duramax in this price range, preferably maybe like an '06 to like an '09. The years really are your preference. These can be good trucks. They can be a little pricey on maintenance, but if you find one with low miles and that's been taken care of, you might be good for a while without having to worry about anything. But I would definitely put the best trucks in here in this category at get a Cummins, get a Ram with the Cummins. The 5.9 Cummins was excellent, and the early 6.7s weren't bad either. These trucks had everything. Everything was tough, and these motors can go 3, 4, 500,000 miles. And for $20,000, yes, Ram with the Cummins can get expensive. So you might even see in this $20,000 Rams, $20,000 range, you might even see Rams that are 20 years old. But you know what? They are good trucks. This is definitely something to consider. Now, if you don't want a diesel truck, which I fully understand because they are different, they do require more maintenance and can be expensive, God forbid that they do break down, then $20,000 can get you a really, really nice gas truck. And like a newer truck, or maybe like a unicorn, like totally pristine, mid-thousands truck, you should be great. You should be good to go. I would stick with the newer Fords with the 5-liter. That would be my favorite configuration. Maybe even like a Raptor, even though these are very expensive. These are great trucks and usually are pretty problem-free for the most part, so they're definitely something to consider. With GM, I would stick to probably a heavy duty with the 6-liter. That's a good truck, and probably have had less problems, I would argue, based on demand and the amount of work they do than maybe the newer half-ton counterparts. I am going to throw in the older Toyota Tundras. I am not a fan of the newer ones, so to say, even though I don't know that much about them either. As for, high mile and, workhorse status, but I have heard of like 2008 to 2012 Tundras, like kind of that older range there. They can go for some good money still, and they are very reliable. At least the engines are, from what I've heard. I mean, some of these have gone even 1,000,000 miles. So I will throw the Tundra in there if you are a fan of those. They're not for everybody, but they can be pretty bulletproof, especially for normal use. That is just my 2 cents, folks. Go out there, always research. Every car I've ever bought, I feel like I've got a good deal on because I do a lot of research, and that is why we have 4 excellent vehicles in the driveway, because we took our time and we took months to find the right one. We got a good price and we got good trucks because of it. If you want smaller trucks, I would stick to a Ford Ranger. Those are simple and cheap, but I'm just not a fan of the smaller trucks. I think you should get at least a half-ton because they're a good mix of everything, and they're easy to drive and they do a lot of work. Anyway, that is what I recommend for buying a truck during the pandemic 2020. Don't go out there and buy a new one and have it depreciate right away and get stuck into a 5 to 8 year loan at the start of a pandemic. Go out there, do some research, and get yourself a nice used truck. And you'd be surprised what you can find for $5,000. You'd be surprised what gems you can find for even $10,000. So, good luck, and keep on trucking. Remember to click that like button until it turns blue, and turn the red subscribe button gray. Ring the bell, and I'll catch you later.
We are dream.